morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I enjoy, and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is Sunday, May 8th. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there, mothers of human children, mothers of fur children, people who fulfill a motherly role in somebody's life. All of you guys deserve applause, and I hope you have a happy day. I am missing my mom today. That should be no surprise to anybody that I'm going to think about my mama on Mother's Day. But I thought that since it was Mother's Day, that I would just bring out a little blast from the past for you guys in honor of Mother's Day, because this is actually the very first cross stitch that I ever did back in March of 2019, and I ended up giving it to my mom for Mother's Day that year. This is the Riolis Bluebells. It was not finished like this when I gave it to my mom. I did this after I got it back after she passed. I had actually put it in a wooden hoop, but then that hoop was inside a basket with greenery around it, and she had it up on her wall where she could see it when she was lying down. And it does make me feel happy that she saw this the entire year that we couldn't be together during COVID before she passed. So yes, I thought I'd show you guys my very first cross stitch piece again. I just gave this the pattern, the chart, in my giveaways in honor of my mom last month. So this is going to Dawn, and so I hope she enjoys stitching it too. She's gonna have to switch the colors out because first of all, it was a kit and I don't have the kit floss, but because it's Riolis, it was a, did I frame it crooked? No, I guess I did a good job. It's acrylic and wool, and Dawn is allergic to wool, so she's gonna have to use DMC. But I just thought I'd show this to you guys in honor of Mother's Day, in honor of my mom. That this was the very first thing I did, and I thought when I made it, I didn't have any plans for it, but once I made it, I thought I want my mom to have this, my very first piece, because she was kind of my needlework inspiration in all ways. So I thought that was fitting. So happy Mother's Day to everyone, every type of mother out there. Happy Mother's Day to you guys. So this week has been a little overwhelming for me. I'm tired. I'm like emotionally and physically tired. Weather-wise today, oh gosh, it's a little bit later than it usually is. It's about 9:30. I slept in a little bit today, and it is gray out there and windy. I said that last week though, and it burnt off, and it was a gorgeous day, so perhaps it's gonna be doing that today. My glasses are like dirty. But right now it's pretty gray and pretty windy, and I don't know what the weather is planning on doing. It's been in like the mid 80s, and I think it's gonna pretty much stay that way for a while. So yeah, so this week I've been really overwhelmed and kind of exhausted all week. Leg update, for those of you who watched last week, you know that I had to go to the urgent care clinic a week ago on Thursday because I had a leg abscess. I have no idea where it came from, but I've had to go to the nurse clinic every single day to get the dressing changed, get it, they're cleaning it, but not, you know, cleaning it out per se, but they've been packing it. And I've had to go every single day. Yesterday was the first day that really there wasn't anything showing, any drainage, let's say, showing on the outside of the gauze bandage, which is not a big thing. It's, you know, they take one of those 4-inch squares and fold it up, and then they put a, I think it's called Tegaderm clear thing over it. And that's what they've been doing every day. And then inside they're putting different packing material, whatever they use. Yesterday was the first day that there wasn't really anything on the outside of the bandage, and they said that if it continues to not show any drainage on the outside, I don't have to go today. I am scheduled to go this afternoon, but I'm not gonna, because it's finally starting to kind of clear up a little bit. So now I have to go tomorrow, and then it may be an every other day thing. It may be a longer time in between, and they'll have me just change the bandage on the top myself. So it is healing. It has been sort of uncomfortable. It has been really exhausting to have to go to the nurse clinic every day after work. I've been leaving work at like 4 o'clock, a little bit early every day just to get there. But just, you know, the schlep to there and getting inside and going upstairs, and, you know, I mean, it's not a long thing. It takes them probably 5 to 10 minutes to do whatever they need to do, and then I'm on my way. But it's been a tiring week. And the Tegaderm stuff, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's this clear thing, clear sticky thing that goes over the gauze. And I am having, I don't want to say an allergic reaction, because one of the nurses said that it's pretty common, but my skin doesn't like it. It makes me itch. It makes my skin all red, and actually I have little, looks like scratches, but it's like little raised lines from all of the edges. Every time they move it, I get like a mark. They tried like 3 different days. They tried to use a different bandage type thing, and they all fell off like within a couple hours. In fact, the 3rd time we tried, the nurse put this nice big, it looked like an actual bandage, like that color, but it was big, and she put it on, and I walked out the door to the elevator, and by the time I got to the elevator, it was flapping on 3 sides. So I turned around, went right back in, and it's like, put the itchy stuff on, at least it sticks. So yeah, so I'm dealing with that. So I've got the itchy because it's healing, because I think that happens when you have a wound that's healing, it gets kind of itchy. But in addition, my skin all around it is itchy and irritated. So the whole thing is kind of a big, you know, pain, but it's healing, which is good. And I don't have to go to the nurse every single day, which is also nice. So knock wood, I'll be totally fine in the next week or so. Okay. Oh, I wanted to give you guys a reminder. I did set a new Zoom Stitchy meetup date for us for this month. I'm going to do it on Friday the 27th. And I am going to do it slightly different. I'm going to do it at 3 p.m. in the afternoon on Friday, my time, 3 p.m. Pacific time. So what, that would be 6 p.m. Eastern. And if there's people on and who want to stay on, I will stay on longer. Usually the Zooms have been like 2 to 3 hours, but I'm going to stay on a little bit longer, because if there's anybody who can't get in that early, because it is, you know, a weekday, I realize you might want to come in a little bit later. That's fine. I'm going to try and keep it open longer. But I am taking that week off of work, so it'll be the end of the week. And I figured as long as I'm home, hopefully during that week, I've gotten a lot of stuff accomplished around my apartment, all of the stuff that's driving me crazy. I will have been able to address in a leisurely manner, so that I'm not killing myself on the weekend. But so hopefully I will be ready to have a nice stitchy, crafty sit down and chat with people, and we'll have a nice Friday night get together. So please mark your calendars, Friday, May 27th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And just like always, if you are interested, then please private message me on Instagram. Oh, this light is like right in my face tonight, and it's like, oh, I don't know, it's really bright. Private message me on Instagram, and I will send you the meeting ID and passcode. Yeah, so Friday the 27th. So that is in 3 weeks, I think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've had a good time on all of these meetings. And oh, I forgot to mention when I was talking about Mother's Day, these earrings that I'm wearing were my mom's. So these earrings I think are older than me. I don't wear them very often. They're kind of fancy, but I figured it's Mother's Day. I'm thinking about my mom. I can wear her fancy crystal earrings from the 60s. I like them. Okay. Let's see. Oh, all of the giveaways are out, you guys. I mean, pat my back, right? I didn't sit on them for too long. So they all went out this week, except for one. I never heard back from Hildy Johnson on her address. So, Hildy, I know you watch pretty often, so send me a message with your address and I will get that pattern out to you. But everybody else went out. Yeah, so let me know when you get your stuff. I'm excited that I got everything out, and even the two that were Canada and England, and those two people happened to kind of win paper patterns, so it wasn't that big of a deal to kind of put them in a regular envelope, so that was good. Hopefully I addressed everything correctly, and yeah, so I'm excited that I got those out for you guys. Happy birthday to my mom. That was all in honor of her birthday in April. Yes, baby. Come here. You want to say hi to the people? Yes? Come here. Come here. Well, yeah, you have to get close enough to me or I can't lift you up. Oh, this is the monster that makes me a fur mommy. A fur mommy. This is Bagheera, for those of you who are new. My giant black kitty. Maybe he's actually a panther. Maybe he's not even a domestic cat at all. He's just a really lazy, sweet panther. Okay. Obviously content to just lie there. Has to make his presence known, and he's down. Okay. And now I have cat hair all over me. One thing I did want to say on this video, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit scattered. As I said, I've had a week, but it's fine. I'm doing fine. I have so much stuff I feel like I have to do today, because even though I really wanted to rest, because Tuesday I got a notice on my door that they're going to come in to do, you know, the annual inspection of the smoke detector, etc. And my apartment is not stranger walking into my apartment suitable, so I have to do some stuff to make it that way. So yeah, and I have kind of really let things go, because I have in the back of my head that I have this like week off coming up, and so I'm like, well, I'll just address it then. But I have like piles of laundry, dirty laundry, that I have to, like, you know, get off the floor because somebody's coming in. I don't really want that viewed. Of course, I'm telling you guys so you all know that I'm a huge slob, but whatever. Yeah, so I feel like there's so much stuff I have to do today and tomorrow night, so that Tuesday I'm not mortified when somebody comes in. They probably don't give a crap. They come in, they do their thing, they leave. But for me, you know, it matters. Anyway, so I need to give a big thank you shout out to Laura from Stitching by the Shore. She has been so nice in the last several videos of hers that she shouted me out, and she's just mentioned, like, she did my my February stitch along of the bee, and so she's mentioned me a couple times, and she gave me some really nice comments last week. She was talking about the fact that I use crystal fabric a lot, or opalescent fabric a lot. So I just wanted to say thank you, Laura. You are one of my absolutely watch you every Friday kind of people. Right when you do a video, and I love your sweet nature, and you always bring a smile to my face when I see that your new video's out. So I just want to give a shout out. If you don't watch Laura, then you should go watch her, because she's a very talented lady. And she just moved, so I'm very excited to see, as she goes along, the changes that come to her new gorgeous craft room. it's so funny when I think about people having a craft room. I was having a discussion with, a text discussion with Julie from Stitching at the Cabin this week, and we were talking about that, and, you know, she was saying something about, you know, so much haul and whatever. We're talking about buying too much haul. And I was like, yeah, but you know, you have a whole like craft closet, which I saw because they like remodeled this closet and it's gorgeous. I have, you know, I live in a closet, so it's just, it's funny when I think about people who have this huge craft room. And you guys, if you have a craft room, whether it's a craft closet, a craft room, a craft basement, be thankful of your space, because I don't have that, and I have a lot of craft stuff, and it, like, that's why I'm constantly having to organize and reorganize, and because I don't have room for all of the stuff I have, and yet I'm not at the point where I want to get rid of it because I do use it. So yeah. Okay, but anyway, thank you, Laura. Go watch Laura. If you're not watching Laura Stitching at the Shore, watch Julie from Stitching at the Cabin, Julie and Alyssa as well. Laura does very eclectic kind of things. She does fabric changes and stuff. She's a little bit more by the book than I am, I think, sometimes, as far as her flosses and things. She has one pattern that she's stitching. I don't think she finished it yet, but she's stitching the same pattern actually on 2 different fabrics at the same time, just kind of as a color experiment, and I think that that's pretty cool. Julie does huge patterns. We'll talk about that a little bit later because she was an influencer this week. But she does huge, gorgeous things. She's very, very prolific and very talented. And Alyssa, her daughter, is on the channel with her. Alyssa also has a couple really big projects. Alyssa doesn't stitch as much, but Alyssa's in the middle of a really big project right now of growing a human who is going to be born around my birthday. So, you know, but they're just really fun to watch, and watch both of them. My advice to you. Okay, so into the actual crafting things. I do have a little bit of a golden book update. 2 books to show you that I think I'm pretty finished. These are the 2 books for my 2 nephews, Logan and Hudson. I did show you this, I think last week I showed you the book for Logan, the Star Wars book. I really like this one. I think it came out really cool. So cool that I kind of want it, but it's got really, really nice Star Wars papers that I found in it. All of my trims I used were sort of black and silver, metallic-y stuff. And I put all kinds of Star Wars stickers, and I have a few more stickers to put in this one actually that are on their way. But I got some Star Wars Uno cards, and so I used those. There's an R2-D2 sticker. And again, Logan doesn't know what he's going to do with this, and my feeling is it doesn't matter. He can stick it on the shelf and do nothing with it. This is a really cool page. It's got all these little pictures from the movies. Apparently last weekend, when Reagan was at her competition, the boys watched a bunch of Star Wars movies, and now Hudson said that he is as obsessed as his brother and his father with Star Wars. Stacy's like, oh yay. So now the little one likes Star Wars too. And they all are into cats suddenly, because Logan has a new friend who has kittens. And in fact, he was over playing D&D yesterday and holding kittens, and I feel like, yes, I told you guys, cats are pretty awesome. So I think this turned out really, really cool. I'm excited to give it to him. And so that is for Logan. And for Hudson, he requested Toy Story. Before he decided he was obsessed with Star Wars, but he's always loved Toy Story. Some of his very, very favorite characters. And I used a lot of colorful papers, and lots of Toy Story stickers as embellishments here. Toy Story. I used a little bit of the dinosaur paper here, so I put Rex on this part. I love this Woody-esque paper. And then Hudson's favorite color is red, so I found this flocked paper, which I thought was pretty cool. And we've got some scratch and sniff scratch and sniff stickers in there. I didn't stick them in, I just gave him a sheet of them because I figured then he can decide where he wants to put them. There's Forky. The blue jeans paper. Isn't that cool? And dinosaur paper. And I had to give him some donut paper. Even though the colors don't totally match, the donut paper is just so cute. And I gave him Star Wars cards also. So yeah, so there we go. That is the book for Hudson. So I did this one pretty much yesterday, and the Star Wars one I just it was pretty much done. I just, you know, kind of flipped through it yesterday and added a couple things. So those will be ready to go to them next time I see them, which will be, I think, in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be over there. And I have one more book to do before I go there for Reagan's friend. So I've already pulled the papers and stuff, and I just have to put it together. And that one's going to be a Tigger, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger book. So yeah, so I'm still having lots of fun doing my books. I have, let's see, I have about 5 or 6 more books that I'm making for specific people, and then I need to make 5 of them for August, which I'll talk about that in a little bit. And yeah, and oh, and as an update, I showed you last week that I had used that new tool to cut holes in the spine to make it a little bit easier to bind, and it worked really well. So I was able to, after I bound the book and everything, and so it had fabric over it, but I was able to find the holes really easily just to poke them through with an awl. And then as far as the sewing with the needle, it was a breeze compared to like my fighting with the book on the Star Wars book. So I didn't have to fight with any of the glue or sticky or anything, and it was a lot easier to do, a lot faster to do, and I had less risk of damaging the paper, so that was good. Okay, on to stitching. I don't have any finishes this week, but I do actually have 2 new starts. So, I know May has started, and my original plan was to do like a cat mania, and I did it kind of formally last year. This year, I'm not feeling that formal structure kind of thing. I'm doing more of like a sweewee. As far as being, you know, cat mania, 75% of my projects have cats on them anyway, so it all fits for the most part. I did have a planned new start of Florentina. I haven't started her yet. And I don't know, we'll see if I start her or if I don't start her. Right now, as I said, I'm just kind of going with the flow, and whatever I feel like stitching this past week is what I've done. I was pretty happy that I stitched pretty much every day. Even though I wasn't feeling great and I was tired, I did manage to get some stitching in. So I was happy with that. And I figure I'm not going to worry about, you know, fitting into the theme or whatever, you know, as long as I get stitching in and enjoy it. So my 2 new starts that I had, okay, I don't want these all to fall on the ground here. Okay, so this first one, this was kind of a, you know, one of those spur of the moment type, you get a bug in your ear kind of things. So, and this is partly what I was saying, I blame completely on Julie from Stitching at the Cabin. Excuse me, my nose is drippy. So, as I said, Julie has gorgeous large patterns that she works on a lot. In fact, she finished last year, I think she finished the Via Mirabilia, that huge pattern that's out of chart and everything. She finally finished it. It's gorgeous. So yeah, so she stitches Mirabilias and HAEDs and like full-size HAEDs that she works on every day. And she is a Chatelaine stitcher. So I've been watching her for over a year, and I see her stitching on that Chatelaine. And then she also suggested that I watch Sharky Stitcher, because she does Mirabilias and Chatelaines and all on, and she loves sparkly fabric. I think that was the catalyst for me watching her, was the sparkly fabric. But so I'm watching these people who do Chatelaines, and I never had like a desire to do Chatelaines, but all of a sudden watching Julie, and I'm like, Chatelaines. Okay, so I went on and I looked at the patterns, and and I'm not gonna, because when I first started stitching, I'm like, I'm never gonna stitch a Mirabilia. And now I have what, 4 on the go, plus Bella Filipinas and whatever. So, so I can't say never, but the normal Chatelaines are big projects. They're like 250 to 350 stitches and very intricate, you know, and I just, although they're beautiful, I don't have a desire to start something that big. However, I did have a very strong desire to stick my feet in the toe, stick my toe in the water of Chatelaines, because they're gorgeous, right? And they incorporate sparkly and beads and all these things that I find very exciting. So I looked around, and there are, now the other thing about Chatelaines are freaking expensive, you guys. Those patterns are ridiculous. I don't know why they're so expensive. I mean, I guess they're expensive because they're Chatelaines, and because the designer can charge what she wants to charge for something that's, you know, her creation. But they're really expensive just for the pattern. So, and then that's not even counting the fact that they all have silks and specialty flosses and beads and crystals, not even just beads, like bicones and all these fancy schmancy things. If you get a full-size Chatelaine from beginning to kitting up, that is quite a chunk of change. So I was not prepared to invest quite that much. I don't want to invest that much time or that much money. However, on the website, I did see that there were these things called workshops, which I guess were, you know, workshops that she taught, but there's like 6 different patterns, and 2 of them I really liked, and they're about 75 stitches square. I can handle that. The 2 that I really liked was the Jessica Stitches one and the Algerian Eyelet one. So those both I thought were really pretty. I also found them both on eBay for the patterns for not too much money. So I went ahead and I ordered those patterns. Totally Julie's fault. Totally. And then I was not going to actually kit them up as charted, because I'm pretty good about picking my own flosses and stuff, and I do have a bag of silks and all this kind of thing. But then I went onto the European Cross Stitch site, and they sell like the packs, the kits for Chatelaines. They sell floss packs, and they sell bead packs, and the packs for those two patterns were not that much. And I thought, you know what, okay, I'm gonna, for these first forays, I'm gonna go ahead and get the called for. So I went ahead and got the packs for those. So all that stuff will be coming, and I'll show it to you when I get it. Okay, so that leads me to, what did I start this week that I'm talking about? Well, when I was on the Chatelaine site, there is a freebie page, and I went on there, and there's a little garden gate that is kind of like a bit of a bigger pattern. But they also had some patterns that used to be freebies, but now are like $5. So I went ahead and I got a couple of those because I thought they were cute. And the one that, and I don't have a picture to show you. Actually, it is in my purse. Hold on just a second. Hold, please. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's see. This is actually like a picture of the chart, but I don't really think that you guys are going to be able to see anything. So I got 3. I got this one. This is a roses, Martinez roses. Yeah, you're not going to really be able to see anything. And I got one that's called Cactus something. And again, these were, you know, like $5 patterns. And then I got this one, which is called Italian Street Cats. Which is like these lemons around this little section, and little cats are stitched 1 over 1. So I'm kind of like following the pattern on my phone, which is not easy. I mean, this is the whole thing. It's tiny. And I'm actually stitching this on 28 count instead of 32, which stuff is normally charted on. So yeah, so it's small, and it's just got these like lemons and this border. And then there'll be these like little 1 over 1 cats and trees in the middle. Yeah, and I thought, so I'm stitching this. This is the linen, which you guys know I don't really love linen, but I got this piece of linen when I was in Vegas last year, and I just think it's really pretty colors, and I thought that the lemons would pop on it. So this is called Italian Street Cats. And as I said, it's got these lemons, lemon border, and then in the middle there'll be these little cats. So we'll see how I do. The patterns are a little hard to follow. And I know I've heard other people say that about Chatelaines, that like, first of all, you need it on a PDF so that you can blow it up, because, you know, even these little lemons, you know, I mean, so anyway, so I did start that, and so it's kind of an experiment to try out a Chatelaine pattern until the real Chatelaines that I ordered get here. But yeah, so Julie was an enabler of encouraging me to try out Chatelaines. Okay, so that was the first thing that I started. Actually, I just did that Friday night. It was like one of those whim things, like, oh, sure, I'll start a new thing. I didn't even like, I just pulled some flosses and threw them in the bag. I didn't even organize them or anything. Okay, and then the second thing I started, because I was just anxious to start this, is these pandas that I am doing. So this was a kit, but I'm changing the fabric to this fabric Flair bamboo fabric that was kind of made for a panda pattern. So all I have so far is that. But I'm excited to work on this one because I just want to see what it looks like on this fabric. And in all honesty, this pattern is probably not going to be like the funnest one to work on just because it's all black and white and gray. But I'll do a little bit at a time, and I'm sure as the pandas start to grow and look really cute, then I'm gonna, really want to work on them. Okay, so those were the two new starts. And then whips that I had, I worked on my mini flower kitty, which is a full coverage. I said I needed to pull this one page out from the clip so that I could show it to you guys. And I didn't do that yet. Mini Flower Kitty by Jeremiah Ketner. I'm doing this on 28 count, 2/1 tent. That one. This is Gigi, which is a Nora Corbett Bewitching Pixie, which I'm also doing on a fabric Flair fabric. And I think I maybe misled you or something. I think I said like the hat went to here. I think it actually goes up to here somewhere. I'm not sure. We'll see as we get more into her. But so I almost finished the cat, but then I was like really wanting to just put in another color. So I kind of started on the blue of her dress. So again, these fabric Flair Bewitching Pixie experiments, if you want to call them that. I mean, I don't know how they're going to look. That's part of the excitement of it. I mean, I'm going to be bummed if I do put in a lot of stitching and they look terrible. But I feel like they're going to look good. But, it is an experiment. Okay, and then the last two things I stitched on were my two Bella Filipinas. Again, these don't necessarily fit the theme. Well, Bellatrix does, but Autumn Equinox Pixie doesn't really fit any theme. I just was missing her, so I decided to work on her. Now, I've been staring at this picture for how long now? Like, I started her, what, in the summer? Or January? I don't know. But anyway, I didn't realize, I'm so dumb. So I thought she had like a like a crowny kind of thing. That's what all this stuff coming out of her head was. I didn't realize it's not coming out of her head. That's her back wing or her left wing. And I was thinking like it was some elaborate headdress, and I was kind of like, well, that's weird, but it's pretty. But then I realized I was actually looking at a picture of somebody else's online, and I realized that it was like, you know, here's one wing that's in the front, and then there's the back of the other wing. But anyway, so I was working in her hair and in here. So those of you who've been watching me for any length of time know that I did change her skin tone because when I started stitching her with the called for, her skin just completely blended into this fabric, and I love the fabric, so I just didn't even think that it was going to blend into her skin that much. And so the solution was to change her skin tone, and it took a couple tries and a couple of ripping out of an arm before I came up with the colors that I think look really nice. Sorry for that noise. And then, let's see, last but not least, I worked on Bellatrix. I was missing her too. I haven't stitched on her, it feels like, in a really long time. She does fit the Cat Mania theme because she's got a cat. I haven't stitched the cat yet. And she's also on a hand-dyed by Rolanda, so was Autumn Equinox Pixie, hand-dyed by Rolanda fabric. And I worked on her like scepter and her hand and down in here. So basically the scepter is done except for beading and stuff. And then I did her other hand. I like her so much. She's so pretty. I really love how her face came out. That's one thing I have to say about the Bella Filipina. His faces, he has really good faces. They're really, really pretty. And I also find it interesting that when you see other people stitching, I mean, everybody's working with the same pattern, but people's faces are slightly different. It's interesting. But anyway, I really like how both of those two are coming out. So that's it for my stitching this week. I don't have any haul to show you. I will when I get all of that, all of the Chatelaine stuff in, then I will have the haul to show you for that. But nothing this week. Plans, as I said, my Cat Mania is kind of hit or miss. I'm just, you know, stitching what I feel like stitching. I have so many gorgeous projects, you know, and I'm just doing what feels right each night. And so, you know, I may towards the end of the month or something decide, oh, I really want to, you know, stick to these projects, but I don't know. And then as far as Florentina, she's all kitted up, and I was planning on starting her in May. Yes. But I don't know if I'm gonna. I may get that need to start, but I'm not gonna force it, because like when I get that need, I start stuff, so there's no reason to force it, because I will have that feeling sooner probably rather than later. So she's ready. She's ready and waiting for me for when I feel like doing that. So I did make the decision, I mentioned it either last week or the week before, that I'm going to put together some little Golden Book books, 5 of them, and give them away in August in honor of my birthday. So I don't know exactly what books yet, but I have 2 months, right, to do 5 books. And then I just ordered from the post office. I ordered some flat rate shipping boxes. I'm hoping that these fit in the small ones, but I don't think that they will. I think they're going to be just the tiniest bit too big to fit in the small boxes. The small boxes flat rate are about $10. The medium boxes are about $16. So I will be taking on that expense to ship them out. But I'm excited to do it. I mean, I'm excited to get these books into the hands of people who might be interested to have them. So just keep it in mind that that will be coming up in August in honor of my birthday. I also, if anybody's interested, I may put together a little bundle of the books that I don't want. As you guys know, I've ordered lots of books from eBay so that I had a good variety to work with, and I have a lot of books now. But there is a big chunk of them that I really have no desire to work with, mainly Christmas ones and more religious Christian ones. But I know that there are people out there who would love to have those books. So, like Christmas carols. And some of them are newer. Like this one is like really nice. Let's see if it says, this is originally copyright 1946, renewed 1973. But this book looks new. So I don't know if this is actually from the 70s or if it's a new printing. But anyway, so there's a bunch of like Christmas and Christian books that that I don't want, and so at some point, probably when I'm doing the other giveaways anyway, I might put a little bundle together of those, and if anybody wants some, then we can have a drawing for those, because they'd be a nice gift for a kid, you know, who celebrates Christmas. So yeah, so I'm going to put that together, and that's all going to be for August, but I did want to let you guys know so that you can maybe get excited about it. I will show you them as, you know, as I get them done. I do have, as I said, about five other books for people, for earmarked for friends and stuff, and 5 or 6, and I want to get those done first if I can. Ooh, I'm giving myself a big task list here. But yeah, so I am looking forward to that as a giveaway during August. So a couple people have said, oh, I would love this one, or I'd love that one, and I'm taking that into heart. You know, if I have the books that people are mentioning a lot of people have said Alice, and I do think I have an Alice book. I have several Beauty and the Beast. I have lots of Aladdin. So yeah, so I will be putting together those books and doing a big giveaway. And I think that actually is a really nice giveaway, because I know these books are selling. I mean, I haven't sold any of them, and I don't know that I will or when I will. But this type of book on Etsy can be like $40 to $80. So that's a pretty decent giveaway, I think. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. I will remind you guys, I do have the Buy Me a Coffee and the Ko-Fi links below. I also just signed up for something on my channel. I don't know if it's even showing up yet, because I looked at other people's and I wasn't seeing anything, but there's now like a what do they call it? A cash thanks or something thanks that is on the channel that you can actually click to give a tip, basically a monetary tip to the channel. If any of you are so inclined to do that, then hey, that's great. It's going to pay for the shipping of these books when I send them out in August. So anyway, totally not necessary, but if you want to, I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna say thank you. Anyway, I think that that's gonna be it for today. I don't have anything else on my list. Thank you for bearing with me if I've been a little bit more scattered than usual today, or maybe I'm always scattered. I don't know. It is still gray and weird looking outside, so nothing's burnt off yet. But we'll see. I'm not going to go to the doctor today, which is kind of a relief. Yeah, so I have some work to do around my house today and no energy to do it, but let's see if I can gather the reserves from somewhere. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope that you're having a wonderful Mother's Day if you celebrate it. If you are not a mom, but have a mom, make sure that you let her know how important she is. And if you are a mom, I hope somebody is treating you wonderfully. If you're a fur mom, I hope that you're getting lots of cuddles and purrs and yips and licks and all the good stuff from the fur babies. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, have a great week, and don't forget to mark your calendars for the 27th. And until I see you guys again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. And this is Carla. Bye-bye.